Well, here at Infowars, we've been pretty busy. There just simply are not enough of us to call out the mainstream media and all of their bull. People like Don Lemon and this Kristof character, Nicholas Kristof, at the New York Times, they are having a field day talking about how Donald Trump is a liar and a crackpot. They're the crackpots. I just want to lay that out there. But Donald Trump, no joke, has had a really huge week and massive tasks in front of him. I want to take you through one Politico article that talks about what he's doing and the freezing that's taking place, and specifically just this first paragraph of this article. It's so incendiary and provocative and ridiculous. It talks about how Donald Trump's first 7 days were met with unapologetic falsehoods. And oh, did he really, tweets? Oh, yes, he did, folks. And he is not the liar. Everybody knows that you are, and you're dying out, you ridiculous fake news. Now, the Obamacare order that this article talks about, Trump's first executive order on Inauguration Day, directed his agencies to do, quote, whatever they could to the maximum extent permitted by law to minimize the impact of Obamacare until it can be repealed. How in the hell is that a bad thing? Obamacare is bankrupt. It's going to be put on the backs of hardworking people that frankly can't afford it. Premiums are going to go up 3 times what they are now. It was a joke and a scheme to begin with. And Jonathan Gruber, its architect, he said, look, we passed this because all of the American citizens, they're idiots. They don't ever question us. We've got the benefit of not being transparent. God bless President Trump for taking the initiative to gut this using the maximum extent of the law. And shame on you, Politico, and all of you fake news journalists over there who have the audacity to say that that's a bad thing. Now, he's got a massive challenge in front of him this week, as we know, because there's so many bureaucratic arms to this massive government that we have. And they have a lot of fat that needs to be trimmed, a lot of people that are taking advantage of taxpayer money that funds them with these ridiculous, superfluous things. And I want to take you to the VA because we know that the VA, it has one job, folks. It's to take care of some of America's most precious citizens, our veterans. And the cleanup of the VA, it's inherently corrupt. It has all of these employees in it that have no accountability. And we know that he is facing a massive challenge in cleaning up the VA. Now, I found this article. It was on the Daily Caller. And the day that Trump took office, these corrupt employees were fired at the VA, and you just will not believe who's working over there. I read this and I nearly fell out of my chair. It was just unbelievable, the misconduct of these 2 employees that were fired the day that Trump took office. Now, one of them is Dwayne Hamlin, and he offered another fellow VA employee $305,000 to quit after she played a role in exposing his drug arrest. Now, this man has no business serving in federal service, mind you. He has no business being a dog catcher in a local town, frankly. But he was managing one aspect of the Department of Veterans Affairs, and he is notoriously corrupt. Obama did nothing. He left these people in power like this, and they're in charge of serving veterans, and we know that they've fallen miserably in doing that. Part of the reason is people like this guy who belong in jail and not working on behalf of America's veterans. We know the VA is very toxic. Another organization that we know is quite toxic, no pun intended, because they're responsible for identifying toxicity, especially in our atmosphere, is the EPA. And Obama, in his last week of office, was handing out checks right and left like it was Christmas. The EPA got one. We know that there has been a freeze, a hiring freeze, effective under President Trump. The agency, it has frozen communication in that it's not losing any money that it was awarded. But what it is doing is these ridiculous, superfluous projects that inhibit and impair business, Trump is saying no more. Now, I want to take you to one quote that I found that was of particular interest to me. This article was written by James Briggs. This is not unprecedented as a new administration needs time to assess its purpose, effectiveness, and necessity of grant dollars. And we know that grant dollars are precious, they're hard fought. And the EPA, for a long time under President Obama, the past 8 years, has just been expecting these handouts year after year after year. And, you know, it kind of makes me sick a little bit, the treachery of some of these bureaucrats wasting hard-earned money on things that we don't need. So good for him. He's putting a stop to that. Something else that should have chapped you on the you-know-what that really got me, Obama in his final few hours of office While President Trump was preparing to take the oath of office, he was, of course, sending $221 million in a handout to the Palestinians. It looks like President Trump has put a moratorium. He has frozen that money. And initially, the funds were approved by Congress in the fiscal year of 2015 and 2016. However, 2 Republican lawmakers put a hold on the transfer, voicing concern that the money could fall into the wrong hands. You think? We got a president who was supporting terrorism. That's what it comes down to. And Tulsi Gabbard, she's a Democrat, and frankly, God bless her. She is in Congress. She's a congresswoman from Hawaii. She just came back from Syria, and she said, look, there was no question that the Obama administration was funding al-Nusra, al-Qaeda, and ISIS, and they're killing innocent civilians. It looks like we've got somebody in charge that's finally stepping up and saying, we really need to question who we're giving money to because it's falling into the wrong hands. And I'm of the belief, of course, the Obama administration knowingly deceived the American public when they said that we've got this humanitarian issue and we're going to arm moderate rebels. Hey, guess what? There's no such thing as a moderate rebel. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And they were actually funding terrorists. And this congresswoman confirmed that on CNN. You know what? I don't hear CNN calling him a liar when clearly he was falsehood after falsehood, however you want to call it. You've got these ridiculous crackpots calling Trump a liar. He's only been in office a week. I mean, 8 years of lies, folks, frankly. But it looks like this money's being frozen. I couldn't be happier about it. And just closing this Palestinian story out really quickly, $221 million. One senior Palestinian source told the Times of Israel that the Palestine Authority leadership was notified by U.S. officials that they should not expect the payout because there's a new sheriff in town. And it looks like he is putting a stop to funding states that promote terrorism, frankly. That's what it's coming down to. And this is not an Israel-Palestine debate right now. I know I get a lot of crap online whenever I say anything positive about Israel. This is simply about, expressing the will of the American people. We're talking about cleaning up corruption. We don't want to support terrorism any longer because, that's frankly freaking ridiculous. And we don't want the EPA wasting buckets and buckets of money and not producing any results on anything and producing these ridiculous studies that inhibit business. Now, I want to take you to another controversial thing that Trump is doing. And Owen Schroyer just shot a report on this. There's going to be a pro-life march on Capitol Hill coming up this weekend. NPR, and I took NPR's take on this because they are so freaking ridiculous that, I just want to read you this headline. Trump bans U.S. funding for groups that promote abortions overseas. They're not promoting abortions, folks, overseas. They are committing and perpetuating abortions overseas. We've got this foreign government aid that goes out. It's U.S. taxpayer dollars that provide abortions to women overseas. Now, these, of course, are women in very poor areas, extremely impoverished parts of Africa. Namely, according to this article, it features a woman in Kenya at a clinic getting instructions over her cervix. Love the cover of that. We know that Planned Parenthood, they don't provide the maternal care that they say that they do. There was an undercover sting done last week, and I forget her name, but she exposed them for what they were. They're an abortion services provider. And Obamacare, as we know, is one of the #1 funders of places like Planned Parenthood, because if you need an abortion, you frankly go to Planned Parenthood. And Obamacare was responsible for funding most of that. Now, that has ridiculous freaks like Ashley Judd up in arms. Just absolutely. I'm from Kentucky. I am so ashamed that this woman is from my state. And when we saw this video, we had to pull it for you because, you know what? She has been at the forefront of abortion advocacy groups in Washington. She has totally frickin' lost her mind. Take a look at what she had to say.
Ashley!
My name is Ashley Judd.
Ashley Judd is here.
And I am a feminist. And I want to say hello to Independence Avenue in the back, all the way down to 17th Street.
Wow.
And I bring you words from Nina Donovan, a 19-year-old in Middle Tennessee, and she has given me the privilege of telling you what she has to say. I am a nasty woman.
I didn't say it, folks. She did. What a nasty, nasty woman that Ashley Judd is, literally.
In case you haven't heard, Infowars has become the most influential media outlet in America. We're making freedom go viral. And now we are proud to announce a new weapon in the epic battle against the globalists. Infowars Prime, where you can watch live high-definition feeds of The Alex Jones Show, plus exclusive insider videos from the Infowars crew and behind-the-scenes action. Go to Infowars.com/app and download today. Infowars Prime is available right now for your iPhone or Android. You will have access to exclusive videos that you can't see anywhere else. And that means live coverage of events and breaking news on location as it happens. You can also take advantage of amazing deals from the Infowars store that are only available for Infowars Prime subscribers. That's Infowars Prime at Infowars.com/app. If you can hear my voice, you are the resistance.